Are you here to discuss your orders, Anon and Tulune, or is there something else you want? Orders. First thing, Pilgrim, you're new, and you look it. Here's 200 drakes. Go get yourself a decent weapon or armor or spell. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Around here, freelance adventurer is a common profession. Sign on with the Fighters Guild or the Mages Guild or Imperial Cult or Imperial Legion. Advance in the ranks, gain skill and experience. Or go out on your own, look for freelance work or trouble. Then, when you're ready, come back and I'll have orders for you. The Fighters Guild is a professional organization chartered by the Emperor to regulate the hiring and training of mercenaries. Training, goods, and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. You'll have to start your service with Idris Fireeye, the Balmora guild steward. She's new, and I don't know her well. Perseus Mercius, the Outrun guild steward, I know and trust, but he only handles higher-ranking assignments. Mages Guild. It's a guild for the arcane arts. It's where you go to find wizards for hire. Training, goods, and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. If you want to be a wizard, join and work your way up through the ranks. The Mages Guild here is better than the Fighters Guild. Ranus Athras is the guild steward, so talk to her if you want to join up. She's got a chip on her shoulder, but her apprentice, Ajira, seems okay for a Khajiit. Blade Trainers. These Blades agents offer training, not free of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for Rithleen, Tamerlane, and Ninetoes here in Balmora. In Caldera, see Serene Lorraine. In Aldrun, see Gildan. Theor Horsemouth lives in a hut west of Aldrun, and Alone the Scout can be found at Ariel's Trade House in Sedanin. Warrior Rithleen lives 2 houses south upstairs. Healer Tamerlane lives 2 houses south downstairs. To get to Hunter Ninetoes, leave my door facing south. Go right, down the steps, then turn left and head south, looking for his door on your left. Mage Serene Leoraine is in Caldera, the next town north. Her half-timber and stone house sits north between the twin towers of North Gate and the Governor's Hall. Nightblade Gildan lives in Aldrun, the Redoran district seat north of here, beyond Caldera. Gildan is in the southeast corner of the town, in a house to the right of the steps up to the temple. Master-at-Arms Fiar Horsemouth lives in a Guar herder's hut in the middle of nowhere, west of Caldera. I've only been there once and couldn't give you directions. Go look for him if you feel like a little hike. Elone the Scout can usually be found in Ariel's Trade House in Sedanin. You know where that is. You arrived in Sedanin by boat. Blades. We're spies. We're the Emperor's hidden eyes and ears in the provinces. We watch the Emperor's enemies. We look for opportunities. We make reports, and, when the Emperor commands, we obey. We're only one of many of the guilds and factions in Morrowind. You should know a little about Morrowind politics before you get involved with any of these other groups. Groups favoring Imperial interests are the Blades, the Imperial Cult, the Imperial Legion, the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and the Thieves Guild. Groups favoring native Dunmer interests are House Redoran, House Lalu, and House Telvanni. The Temple, the Morag Tong, the Kimona Tong, and the Ashlanders. The Imperial Cult worships the 9 divines, the Aedra Akatosh, Debella, Arkay, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kennereth, and Julianos, and Tiber Septim, founder and patron of the Empire. In Morrowind, it's partly maintaining the faith for outlanders like us, and partly a missionary cult bringing enlightenment to the heathen Dunmer. You can see Summitus Bunus at Fort Moonmouth to join, but you have to go to Ebonheart if you want to become a lay servant. Lay servants serve the imperial cult by doing various tasks. Not a lot of excitement, but safe, honorable, and rewarding. First you have to join the imperial cult, then go to the imperial chapels in Ebonheart to get work. See Sinolean Tunifus to become a lay healer. See Iolus Trumptor to become an almoner, a fundraiser. See Kay to become a shrine sergeant. They do the most dangerous jobs. The Imperial Legion has several fort garrisons here on Vardenfell. The lower ranks handle law enforcement, escorts, rescues, dangerous predators, diseased and blighted beasts, and so forth. Only one fort accepts recruits, Fort Darius and Nisus. Nisus is a frontier outpost, isolated, a little rough, but good experience. If you're interested, see General Darius in Nisus. In the rest of the Empire, the Thieves' Guild is a more or less organized group of local criminal syndicates governing illegal trade in their communities. Here in Morrowind, the Thieves' Guild is the newcomer. The established local crime lords are called the Kimona Tong. The Thieves' Guild doesn't advertise, partly to avoid the law and partly to avoid the Kimona Tong, who have sworn to destroy the upstart Thieves' Guild. Sugarlip Sabassi over at the south wall is the local guild boss. House Radorn is one of the 3 Dunmer great houses on Vardenfell, a very serious and honorable bunch. It's difficult for an outlander to join and rise in their ranks, but the great houses are where the power lies in Morrowind. Talk to Radoran counselors if you want to become a Radoran retainer. House Lalu is one of the 3 Dunmer great houses on Vardenfell. They're loyal supporters of the Empire, open-minded in religious and cultural matters, and greedy and ambitious in the best imperial tradition. It's difficult to rise in their ranks as an outlander, but the great houses hold the power in Morrowind. Talk to Lalo counselors if you want to become a Lalu retainer. House Telvanni is one of the 3 Dunmer great houses on Vardenfell. Their nobles are 1,000-year-old wizards. Telvanni are supposed to hate politics, foreigners, and just about everything else, but the Vardenfell Telvanni are apparently more ambitious and adventurous than most. I don't know much about them, but they do hire Western mercenaries, and some even rise to higher ranks. Talk to Telvanni counselors if you want to become a Telvanni retainer. The Tribunal Temple is the native religion. They worship 3 god kings, Amalexia, Sothrasil, and Vivek, who are known together as the Tribunal. We usually just call it the Temple. They're narrow-minded and superstitious, but I find a lot to admire, particularly their concern for the poor. They accept outlanders as members, but few outlanders join except for the services. Talk to Feldelro Sadri at the Balmora Temple if you're thinking of joining. The Morag Tong is a guild of executioners and assassins, completely legal, and guided by a strict code of conduct. It's an ancient Dunmer society steeped in tradition, but I know and respect a few Westerners who belong to the Morag Tong. They are nothing like the Dark Brotherhood. I have no idea how to join them. The Kimona Tong is Morrowind's native criminal syndicate. They're tough and ruthless, and have connections to the higher ranks of House Lalu. The Kimona Tong compete directly with the Thieves' Guild for control of illegal trade, and the Kimona Tong will not tolerate competition. Compared with the Kimona Tong, the Thieves' Guild is relatively decent and honorable, certainly less brutal. They don't accept outlanders as members. Forget it. I don't know much about the Ashlanders. Most people say they are murderous savages, but most people are idiots. I know they hate their settled Dunmer cousins almost as much as they hate Westerners. They must be tough to live in the Ashlands. I don't think outlanders can become members of the tribes. I don't know why anyone would want to. Caius says healer Tamerlane lives 2 houses south, downstairs. Welcome, novice Anon of Tulune. Tamerlane is my name, healer is my trade. Training, enchantment, mysticism, restoration. Balmora blades Tamerlane. Training, enchantment, mysticism, restoration. Spell effects. Burden, burden, burden. Feather, feather. Jump, shield, shield, shield. Calm creature. Reflect, spell absorption, spell absorption. Resist common disease. Dispel. Balmora blades Tamerlane. Spell effects. Burden, feather, jump, shield, calm creature, reflect, spell absorption, resist common disease, dispel. Warrior Rithling lives 2 houses south, upstairs.
Well, what brings you here, friend?
Welcome, novice Anon of Tulune. Rithling is my name, warrior is my trade. Training, long blade, block, medium armor. Balmora blades Rithling. Training, long blade, block, medium armor. To reach Hunter Ninetoes, go down the steps, then turn left and head south, looking for his door on the left. Welcome, novice Anon of Tulune. Ninetoes is my name, hunter is my trade. Training, athletics, illusion, sneak. Balmora blades Ninetoes. Training, athletics, illusion, sneak.
It wants something. What does it ask? Go ahead.
You say you've been attacked by assassins. From your description, it sounds like the work of the Dark Brotherhood. I'm not sure who you've angered, but stay away from me. I suppose this should be officially reported, though. Speak to Apelles Matthias and Ebonheart about this matter. Dark Brotherhood, scum, all of them. If they're after you, friend, you'd better find yourself some help, or write a will, or both. Apelles Matthias. He's recently arrived from Cyrodiil. You'll likely find him inspecting the grounds at Ebonheart. Okay, we'll wrap it up here. Next time we'll continue exploring Balmora. Till then, game on. See ya.